something that we were talking about is like how I'm gonna present myself. Basically, I wanted to start with a meditation, so I hope everyone can start with me at the same time. So we're gonna close our eyes and we're gonna make a box breathing. So starting inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're gonna start to think all the stuff that are messing around us right now, all these crazy thoughts of how difficult things can be. We're gonna start to build little by little in our imagination on the wall all these crazy thoughts, like we can do something, or we don't do that much, or also something is going wrong in our family. All these crazy things that we really need to all the time coming in our mind with no sense, but are there. We feel those most of the time. Slowly, we're gonna be building our wall full of thoughts. And now we're gonna start to put our hands up, all our hands up, arms up, arms up, everyone. There you go. And we're gonna take a huge inhale. And we start to put our arms down, putting the barriers and every single wall in our head down. Like a slowly, we can put every bad thought, everything down. Slowly. Now we are ready to put our hand in our heart and start to feel that little bit slowly. And we're gonna disconnect everything that is not love, everything that is not for us, everything that we're gonna learn in this meeting, in this time, is all about love. And now when we are ready, we're gonna put our finger in our front head to open our mind to be ready to learn what we have to learn and be ready to live what we need to live. And I hope now you are ready to be open to build with me what is going to happen in this hour and a half. So my name is Linda. I'm an holistic coach I will say I have a crazy impact in my process because I work with biodecodification, I work with ancestors, I work with medicine plants. I have been working also with NPL. Um, and I think like nothing what I'm gonna say right now is gonna be more important than what we're gonna build together in this meeting. So, well, this is Linda. We already put down our barriers. And why I choose Resilience Reimagined is because, can you see my presentation now?
Yes.
Okay. Because during my whole life, I have been in so many ways of life. Like I have been dying so many times, and I have been in so many accidents on bankrupts or changing my country or going to so many different places that I have to reveal myself. And know that doesn't matter where I am, I'm gonna be fine because I have every single tool to do it. Okay, so we're gonna speak we're gonna have these 5 topics kind of during the whole presentation is identify the keys because I feel it's absolutely important to know why we do what we do and what are the most important things that we have, like people that we love, material things that we had, um, and then we're gonna start to talk about consciousness of death. That for me is absolutely important to know that we just, even when we are planning for the future and everything, the truth is we have just now. We don't have, but the past is already past. Future is already in the future that we don't know what is going to happen. But I feel that it's important to talk about this because sometimes we don't realize um, that one day we just gonna disappear and that every single day is a time that is passing without do the things that we're supposed to do or love the people that we're supposed to love. um Intrusive and stressful thoughts. I love Byron Carey, that is just like this beautiful way to work. I would love to have these kind of theories, but I'm not yet in that mood, so I'm gonna share with you. And if you already know this lady, uh, i really I really send you again this little remind that it's important questions to make. Then about practicing self-compassion, that also is going to be super helpful for most of us. But for example, Maria, when you say all the things about like yeah, this is bad, or it's just a start to feel a little bit more self-compassion of what is going on, or the frustration that Adrian have sometimes with some feelings about co-parenting. And then it's like be ready for the next step, that how we gonna reveal our thoughts and how we gonna start to change our life on that way. Okay, so the first thing that I always like to do is all of you identify some of the most important people in your life. Like I make a top 5 of people that you say, this is my people, this is the people that make me feel in this another way. I think like something super helpful for me. And also Maria, I don't know if you know this lady, but it's called Byron Katie. Someone know her? Maybe. Is this writer that always write about 4 questions. That is why, like it is real what is happening in my life right now. So it's like every single thought, every single intrusive thought that we're gonna have, you put it in these 4 questions. So the first one is kind of like is this true? So for example, Maria, in your case, we're gonna make a little exercise. what is about this debt? Like, what is the most intrusive thought that you have about that you can pay this debt or that you don't have enough money? If you can say it in one thought, which one will be?
I don't understand the question very clearly. So it means is that true, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna use one phrase.
One phrase. I mean, I don't understand the question. My English is
Don't
not
worry,
that
don't worry.
good. Okay.
I didn't do my explanation right. You right now, your most important problem
Yeah.
right now is the debt. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Make a phrase of how you're gonna put
Okay.
this challenge of the debt.
Make a phrase. Study. Maybe. Maybe. Practice for skill. Because I don't understand the freeze. What means freeze?
Like a phrase, like I can make enough money, for example.
Ah, okay.
Or I
It's
can
like a
pay,
quote.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay, I got what you mean. Maybe one sentence is like,
that you always says to you like oh, this is impossible to pay, or I never gonna be able to pay this, or those kind of.
I mean I need to make some positive phrase, right?
Yeah.
So I will say, I will make a lot of money in the future. In the few.
Yeah, but that is the future. Right now, what is
You mean
holding you back is that you feel that you can make enough money for pay it.
I can feel. So maybe it's like, next month I will make 10,000 yuan. Is this okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait. So what we're gonna do is, for example, we're gonna work with the phrase of, I can make this money. Okay. As we start at the beginning, when you were talking about your debt and how hard it was. Okay.
Okay.
So then we're gonna start to think about like it is true that it's impossible to pay this debt.
Yeah, it is true. I
Is
can.
is
Oh, I can. It is possible. It's not impossible.
it's
Sorry.
possible, exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then
Yeah.
what we're gonna start to think is like how we will feel if we don't have that debt.
I will feel relaxed, more relaxing than now. I don't have the. I don't feel stress for the money, for the debt, for the credit debt. Yeah, because like sometimes the budgets come, I just feel, oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. So after that is like we start to think, okay, so I wanna live in this feeling of peace and relax, even when we didn't fix anything yet. But we
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
you mean
basically it's just like a putting yourself every single time that these intrusive thoughts of this debt is impossible, we can do this or we can do that, or it's not enough money, or we can make money, it just try to go back and reveal or reimagine the future from the feeling of relax.
Okay. Yeah, I will try.
Because the problem is there, you know, like the problem will be always there.
Yeah. Okay.
till we start to build ourselves from a different condition, from a different spirit.
Okay. Yeah. The focus on what we want, not focus on what we don't want, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Do you understand? Like, don't worry. I'm really not worried if I make mistake or if you say I didn't get this. It's more important that you understand that if I'm clear or not.
I think I understand most of the, yeah.
Okay.
I understand. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Don't worry. If I don't
Jenny, how
understand, I
you?
will tell you.
Okay. Now, thank you, Maria. Yeah, if you have any question, also write it. Jenny, usually what you use for change your thoughts. For me is that question. Like I start to ask to myself, is this true what is going on in my head? How is for you?
To change my negative thoughts to positive thoughts.
Yeah.
I go back to my why. Why am I doing this? Why should I do this? What's the importance of it? I always go back to my why, which is the center of whatever I do. Why am I doing this? Do I really need to do this? Yes, going back to my why helps me to refocus. And that motivates me to get the what done, how I need it to be done.
Okay. Nice. Have you ever heard about the 4 questions that I just made?
Haven't, but I will research it, definitely. Who's the author again?
Is Byron Katie. I send it, like I'm gonna send you a PDF with all this
Yes.
information, because that is something that is more than the how. It's helped you to go super inside, like is this true? What I feel that this is true. That kind of question that make you rethink and reimagine where are you coming from and why you have this feeling and no others. Less practical, more emotional.
Okay. Good.
Has anyone heard about these 4 questions, like or is just me? Jay, have you ever heard about Byron? Yeah, it actually is. No, it's Byron Katie. Wait. Wait, yeah. Darko, have you ever heard about her?
No.
How you usually deal with the intrusive thoughts?
Asking myself question, what do I want to do? What kind of improvement I need to do? And also I have a good, I think it is a good behavior to start reading. So I'm reading a lot.
Nice.
One of my strategies is whenever I start thinking, have negative thoughts, I start open a book and start reading. Not always, but I'm trying to do more often.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Jay, what about you?
I'm yeah. My mind keeps wandering. I'm really in a sort of thoughtful mood, and I'm just my mind is wandering a lot. But if I have to focus on something, I use breathing exercise, or if it comes up at an inappropriate time, I write it down so I can not forget it and deal with it later. I've already written tonight 4 things on a list that's coming to my mind after my weekend of not doing anything. So I write it down, or if I really want to do something like sleep and thoughts keep coming up, I use breathing technique or meditation techniques to rest. And but usually I'd write down if it's important, I'd write it down, and then that I know it's there, and that clears my mind. And then I would do relaxation breathing exercise.
Okay. So that is your way to go through that. Nice. Didi, what about you? Wait, we lost Didi. Adrian?
Yeah, I resonate with the Bar and Katie work, but I often ask a question to our guys, is it useful? So is a belief
it's
useful?
what?
Is it useful?
Do you
Yeah.
feel it's useful?
Is it useful? Is a belief useful? So example of is it useful is if I have a belief that's causing some conflict, is it useful? Well, it's not useful anymore. So if it's not useful anymore, I'll discard it. And we have our own processes to get rid of it pretty quickly. But I keep asking the guys, and one of the primary questions I like to have is it useful?
Okay.
Sometimes,
that is a really
sometimes it is
nice
useful.
question.
It's causing us pain, but maybe there's something else could be more useful than that belief.
Yeah, nice. That can be also added to those kind of questions. Like, is more than real, is useful, because it's like it's about is pain, how make you feel. You can feel better without that thought. Of course, you're gonna feel better. But it's like the quote of, you have a problem, have a solution. You don't have a problem. The problem doesn't have solution. Still, you don't have a problem. Okay, so then we're gonna talk about some self-compassion. And this one, I feel, is the most important, that is hard for most of us. Understand when we are tired or we are not ready to deal, because in this moment that everything is super positive and you need to know every single answers, or sometimes it's just like so much information that is just like you don't feel that you have enough time to rest. You don't feel that you have enough time for the people that you love. You are not fulfilling all these little space that are the basics. So I want you to, I really want to know, what is the compassion for you? For example, Adrian, what is compassion for you? Self-compassion.
It's time when an example is time when I put the tech away and I just walk out. And I leave it all behind. I walk down the beach, something like that. It's when I don't answer the phone or don't reply to a text.
Jay, what is compassion for you?
If you're talking about self-compassion, it's about, for me, I plan to have my time just reading, or a morning just home, staying in my pajamas and doing whatever I want to just for that morning, and I don't look at my phone, I don't do anything. I just totally switch off from the world, and that sort of gives me a really an empowerment feeling, ready to take on whatever comes that I know I have to do. So yeah, self-compassion is about giving myself time and space.
When did you learn that you need that? When you start to ask for time and space?
I think during this last 2 years, I've had time where I couldn't do much, and I tried to do a lot, and then I realized that I don't know, it's like a bodily feeling, knowing that I now have to balance. I balance what my body need is with what my mind need is, and then what I have to do for life and survive and do it. So I've recognized, because of my body needing to recover, that I just have to take that time. And it took quite a while, because I would feel a little anxious about not doing what I thought I had to do. And that by taking that time, I actually could do what I have to do much better, in a better, more focused way. So it was a bit of a long learning curve, really was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because it's just 2 years, but it's lovely.
Mm.
Jenny, what about you? How you ask that time? How you empower yourself to take that time for yourself?
Well, I know that my mind is my most powerful tool. My phone is off by 10:30, 11 p.m. And it's not on until, well, now it's holiday, about 7 or 8 a.m. So if I have school, then it's on a little bit earlier. And that time, but I'm a morning person. I'm always up early. I meditate, I journal, I write. And that time is just for me. No phones, nothing. Just listening, breathing, meditating, being mindful, taking care of my mind first.
And when did you learn that?
When did I learn this?
Yeah, like how you started with this.
Years ago, after coming to China and meeting this community, along with the MMM community that Janine is the manager for, communities like these have taught me how to be mindful, how to protect my mental capacity, my space to think different thoughts, all of that, break limiting mindsets. So yeah, I surround myself with people who are positive, who have something to teach me about being mindful, centering my thoughts, protecting my thoughts. So I do that, I don't watch everything, I don't listen to everything. And my phone is off, completely off. And I protect this time and this space that I'm in, because it is in these moments that I'm really, really very creative. When everything is still and quiet and I'm just hearing the birds in the morning, those are the moments that I am really writing and seeing and conceptualizing all the stuff that I do today. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny.
Linda, if I can ask, what's your favorite way to grow? What's your favorite way to cultivate compassion and gratitude in yourself today?
I will say that my parents, basically my parents, when I was since the school, they were always bringing me to NGOs, building things for other people, checking what was going on. Actually, we have an NGO in Colombia as well for education and helping kids to develop so many skills that they suppose not to, because they live in these difficult areas of Colombia that is super hard to. So I feel like gratitude that I have the people that I have around. I start to cultivate that with my parents, because doesn't matter where we were or how high we have been was like all the time we are together. We know that we are for each other, and we must be thankful for the good and the bad times, and for the family, for the love. Yeah, and the compassion was also that, but was not always like that, because I used to be super judgy person, and I used to work before all this wellness career start with production for films and series. So I was super strict, and I was super people should do this and that, and your morality is wrong, and your values are wrong. And with the time you just figure out that that doesn't have any sense, that I don't have the only truth, and I think no one have the only truth. So I feel that my compassion always comes from it.
I'm going to throw that question back out there. I've got a journaling book, and actually I just finished it today. So this specific journaling book has 3 questions, and every evening you do the 3 questions. The first question is, today I have achieved. The second one is, today I'd like to acknowledge these people for helping me. And the third one is, I'd like to acknowledge myself for helping these people. So they're having the achievement, and then the 2 and 3 is, who have I helped, who's helped me. I see this kind of exercise every evening to be increasing my level of achievement and increasing the support, perhaps. But I'm wondering what kind of journal entries or what kind of journaling to increase compassion.
Okay.
Mm.
Wait, that was a question?
Yeah. What kind of journal prompts?
Okay,
or what
basically,
kind of exercise to increase compassion for self?
actually right now I'm gonna upload a PDF that I did for you, for all of you. That I think is just okay, this is the exercise that I always do. I just get it. Every single time that I finish my day, I say I disconnect everything that is not love. Disconnect everything that is not love is because if I see the people with my mind, if I see the people with my intellect, I forget to see it through my heart. So I think my compassion exercise is that one. I disconnect everything that is not love. Yeah, will be everything that is not love. And because when I use it in my therapies, it's just you can see how many times you are crossing through life, and people is look at you in a bad or good way. People are having thoughts or wrong thoughts about you or how you behave, or so many things that is coming in the energy that you have around, that at the end of the day you finish with full of all these crazy thoughts, full of the energy of the news, full of the war, full of all the information that you have around, that if you arrive home and say, thanks for everything that happened today, I disconnect everything that is love. It's just like the magic of life is there. It's saying like, okay, we're gonna throw this crazy thing that you have been reading. You're gonna throw this video. You're gonna throw this news. You're gonna throw this bad comment of other people. Also, the thought that the people have about you, without even saying it, is coming too. Like it's gonna come to your energy. So, for example, something that I always do when I'm working in a big with a ton of people, like making my retreatments, is I always cover my stomach with a little bit of cotton, because that allow me to put all the energy out. For example, those kind of bodies, because I'm more this natural shamanic way of yeah, I will say everything, disconnect everything that is not love, forget about the rest, disconnect everything that is not love. That is my compassion way.
Sometimes you need to confront those things which are not love to build your tenacity, to build your resilience, to build your skills. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper, confronting those things that don't look lovely or feel like love. Confront them and use them to build you up instead of really. Yeah, sometimes you need to release them and all that for your own, mental state. But sometimes there are times when you need to confront and use that energy, that conflicting energy, to remold you and to reframe how you think of the situation. So you can see it as, this can serve me, even though it doesn't look like love, it can serve me in these ways.
Serve you is also love.
They don't look like love, they don't feel like love, but they are serving me because I'm confronting them and I'm using them to build my resilience.
Yeah, but that I say disconnect love doesn't mean in the magic way of say everything is perfect and I'm just gonna get this. Those kind of service that you are talking about, or that hard moments, are also proof of love. Also proof that something that you need to learn. And maybe it's not the common way or easy way too, but doesn't mean it's not love. Like when your parents are trying to raise you, they are doing with all the love. Doesn't mean every single time is right, but it's coming from a part of love. So it's in that sense that I use the love. Love doesn't mean it's gonna be no hard. Love doesn't mean I'm not gonna see things. Love doesn't mean everything is sweet and sugary, and no. Love is also that side, that harsh and sometimes not easy way, and sometimes anger, and but that is also love. It have sense for you?
I'm trying to make sense of it. I think afterwards I will. Yes.
Yeah. Also makes sense of me, because sometimes I also think maybe I'm just start to get I feel like I'm more calm, like it's not that I'm not fighting, but I don't want to be a warrior anymore. Like I have been growing all the time, you need to be a warrior and you need to be this, and then when I start to work with just love, it's just like everything is putting in their part, even when I don't like. It's there, it's teaching me something, it's putting me on track, it's giving me what I needed. If someone else resonated with love in that sense, or in a different sense, that, as Jenny said, that can be also resilience.
I think it resonates. So I like you the practice you are sharing, just to disconnect from everything which is not love, because we are becoming connected, staying connected with everything what is love, but we are disconnected from consciously, disconnected from everything which is not love, and our unconscious will find a way, a new learnings. So sometimes it happens on unconscious level.
Okay.
Perhaps the change in moons today is going to increase everyone's love intake.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like that is the thing that lead the change and resilience is love.
All we need is this yellow submarines. All you need is love.
It's love. Yeah. No, I mean, I know right now it sounds super hippie, but I have been so many years running in this little hamster thing that is just like I'm fighting all the time in so many things, in so many political, so many not that political. And then it's just like people just need love. Like people need to be treated with love. People need to see the change with love. Because, for example, my parents didn't understood what was all this thing about wellness till I don't start to talk with them with compassion and love. So my dad was like this kind of right wing guy who don't believe in anything. And then he's just right now like, oh, what is the Jinjan and what is all this? And it was after I started to treat him with love, compassion, and tell him that the change is gonna happen and it's gonna be easy and slow sometimes and sometimes more fast. So yeah, that is the most important part. Just give love, treat everyone with love, try to understand, and if you can, just love and hold there.